Good morning, fishing folks. Welcome back to you guy with the GoPro fishing show. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button so you'll be eligible to win the monthly giveaways. Haven't figured out what August giveaway is gonna be yet. Nope, I still ain't figured it out, but last month's, July's, was a pretty awesome drop shot kit that I know our boy Ricky Rick, shout out to you, homie, he's gonna be glad when he opens that, because there's some good baits in there. And I wrote him a letter explaining which and why I chose to send him what I send him, and for what species to target what is how I would fish them. So come down here because I still ain't got a hollow body frogfish, and as you can see, we got cheese mat galore. And last weekend when I was fishing that tournament, which is probably going to be the only tournament I fish, bad first impression, my drop shot rod, I guess it flew out of the boat. It's the only way I could figure it out. So I did step up to the Pro Qualifier 2. It's a 7-foot medium, just like that old bionic blade that I was using, but I bumped the reel game up a little bit. I got me the Pflueger President, but this is the 40, because I tried to order the XT30 and it was the size of my 2000 sizes. So with Pflueger, if you ever want to bump up, or you know, get you a good decent drop shot reel or whatever, man, I just walked through a big old web. This dude's not trying to let go either. Dude, you're walking up some braid. Check him out. He's like, you're not stealing my snacks, dude. Check him out. But anyways, so yeah, I spooled up some of that Camo. The only 15-pound they had was the Sufix 832, which I'll use it in a pinch, but it's not my first choice. And we're gonna throw some hollow body frogs, man. And oh, the reason why I brought my drop shot rod down is because number one, I'm excited to try it out, and number two, it's all Wacky rigging Senkos on it. That's all I'm gonna do on it today. I know we did the Nico video the other day, so I'm just gonna straight Wacky rig them on that gangster Hayabusa hook, and they're all gonna be like black and dark worms, because look at that visibility. It's kind of chocolate milk. So let's drag some frogs across some cheese, and let's put some wacky worms in these fish's face. So we'll be back after the short break. So funny story, guys, like once in a while, like Gabe's or your local outlet mall type stores will have fishing apparel, right? Like you can get these performance shirts for like $8 or whatever. Well, they had baits that day, right? So I don't know who this manufacturer is, but I needed a dark Senko. Here's blue and black, which is our muddy water favorite, and it's called Slammer Series. But it's a 5-inch Senko, and they were $1.99. It's SFT. That's not Scottsboro's dudes, is it? There's no other. No other nothing on this pack. It just says SFT. So if anyone knows what tackle company that is, since I'm a huge tackle nerd, let me know in the comments, please. But that's what we're gonna start with. all I'm gonna do is the old fold and hook. Fold. All right, this is the maiden plank right here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Little guy, but I seen him come out and get it. Hey, bud, you are the first catch on the new DropShot ride, and it felt all kinds of right. It felt all kinds of right. I'm telling you guys, I am an unsponsored, self-funded angler. I am not getting paid by nobody to push no product. But I watched this little dude come out and snatch that worm as soon as I brought it past his little clump of cheese mat that he's claiming for home. He's a little spot. And boy, this thing just, like the tip kind of loaded up a little bit. Let me ease back and set that Hayabusa right in the side of his mouth. He's not nothing big, but dude, it's everything that I'm looking for in a DropShot setup. And this Pflueger President for a $60 reel is better than that dang, well, I'm not gonna say it, but it's worth the money. Thank you, dude. Awesome. That's all I needed, was just that one to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that, all right, I'm gonna be able to fish with this rig just as well, if not better, than I did with the old Bionic blade and that $30 Abu Max, Abu Garcia on it. So, again, Wacky rigging on that number 2 Hayabusa Finesse DropShot hook. Bullet Weight Company 3/16 cylinder weight. Now, I'm gonna tell you, the reason why I choose a cylinder weight in here is because the bottom has very little hard bottom. It's all sediment and mud. So do I want to put a round ball like tungsten DropShot weight on here, and every time I try to move that bait around, it's gonna stir up a bunch of sediment? No, I don't want to do that. What I want to do is make as little bottom disturbance as possible, but still be able to bring my presentation in and around the cheese mat where these little dudes and some of the bigger folks are hiding out under. So I don't want to stir up water that's already muddy enough. That's why I go with the cylinder weight. Just saying. It's just my fisherman cerebral approach to that. It's real shallow too. So whatever these mystery SFTs are, It's still a 5-inch Senko, and even though that little guy right there was a worm thief, I don't care. $1.99 for 10 of them. They're going in the back pocket. If I catch 10 fish, it's well worth it to me. You guys would be surprised how easy it is to fish through this cheese mat. Number 2. All right, it's officially a pattern, guys. Again, nothing big, but all right, if you got shallow water and it's muddy, I'm just trying not to get hooked, get you some black or some black and blue Senkos and Wacky rig drop shot them, man. As you can see, I'm fishing muddy, cheese matted, shallow water, and I have yet to have to pick anything off my hook as far as vegetation. Because if you think about it, the way this worm is the way it is, it's kind of pushing that crap. It's pushing a path through the cheese by the way it's draped off the hook. It just makes sense. I know this isn't nothing giant, but I'm just trying to prove to you that this is a technique that works, man. Thank you, little buddy. You're a warrior. On some $1.99 worms at that. I mean, no brainer. It's a no-brainer. And you guys know I'm throwing 15-pound braid. It would usually be X5 because I really like the way Berkley X5 comes off the spool as far as casting it. But they were out. All they had, and I had to use it because I placed an online order through Cabela's and they got the whole order wrong. Everything was wrong. From the free rig hooks I ordered, they gave me size 1 instead of 1/0. Okay, I can see that. But they sent me a 2-piece bionic blade. Duh. Anyway, so I had to use, it was like doing an exchange, basically, and so since I upgraded in rod, but downgraded my reel price, it kind of balanced out. I ended up coming out of my pocket $20, which is basically just to buy the Sufix 832 in 15-pound, because it was the only good 15-pound braid they had. I've never tried that Hyper Braid XPS. It could be decent stuff, but I've been noticing, I'm gonna say this, I've been noticing that I have a lot less break-offs when I'm going braid to leader if I use a good quality braid and a good quality fluorocarbon leader. Because this is Sufix 832 and I got probably about a 10-foot leader of Seaguar 10-pound Invisx. That's what I've been rocking with the whole summer, basically. And again, being a recycling, trying to, be smart about my baits, all I did was take my 10-pound fluorocarbon off my jerkbait rod and put it on an empty spool so I could use it for leader material. Because in the summer, when these fish are at top peak, I always go up to 10 pounds. with my finesse stuff. Now, if I'm throwing spy bait or 1.0 square bill, I'm throwing 6-pound fluorocarbon. But if I'm doing anything worm related, excuse me, whether I'm drop shotting or I'm Texas rigging or whatever, shaky head, it's 10-pound fluoro for me. All right, y'all, here's the plan. This is a to be continued. So what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna stop it for now, and I'm coming down here at dusk, and I'm gonna finish picking some off with the drop shot wacky rig, and hopefully we can get on some bigger bass, and I'll have more time to where I can throw that dang frog and finally get us a nice topwater hollow body frog bass as well. So to be continued. Oh, that feels like a good one too. Yeah, buddy. Come here, dude. Come here, dude. Hey, man. All right. I knew I could coax you out of there. Look where you got hooked to, dude. Look where you got hooked. All right, bud. All right. Hey, Mr. Chunkamunka. Wow, you're pretty too. Look at you, been eating good, buddy. Man, what a beautiful fish. I know I say it every time, but I mean it, guys. Look at that specimen. Look at the gut. I mean, he is thriving in what he has, the cards he's been dealt, man. He's a good hunter. His lips aren't all chewed up from, you know, he just crossed paths with the drop shot, man. You couldn't resist the old wacky worm, could you? Well, thank you for being a warrior. Yeah. Love it. Let's see how warm that water is. Honestly, I thought it'd be a lot warmer. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still probably upper 70s, but we was on the river in that tournament that I fished. It was 88-degree water. I think that's probably some of the warmest water I ever fished, and I fished Florida before. All right, man. That was a good fish. Those two this morning, they were dinky, but it just proved that, and again, guys, I'm gonna need somebody to tell me what the heck these SFTs are, because I have no idea. It's just a 5-inch Senko. I bought the baby bass color, and I got this pack of black and blue right here. And I had this place in mind when I bought them. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Oh, here they are. See, it don't tell you where they're from. I mean, $1.20, you know, 20 cents a worm, dude. I'll take it. Sold. But I had this exact body of water in mind when I seen these. I was like, oh yeah, perfect for the muddy side. Muddy and shallow. But that being said, guys, I can attest that if you aren't into drop shotting and something that you can afford, a great entry-level combination that is probably around $80 out the door with tax is get you a 7-foot Bass Pro Shops Bionic blade or any of the 7-foot medium fast action tip rods. Whether it's I seen a Lose the other day at a spot that I go to that was like $59.99. You know, you don't gotta get the freaking Shimano what's the one, SLX, if it's something you're just getting into. Like Alex at Realistic Fishing says, start with, you know, low to medium end stuff, especially if you're buying technique specific gear, and then once you get good at it, bump up the quality of your gear. That Abu Max 3000 for a 5 bearing reel, dude, I would lock the drag. You guys seen it, so many videos, and just, you know, crack them a good one, get that Hayabusa in there, in that hard part of their jaw, and I haven't lost any drop shot fish. Let me knock on some wood here. But you know, it just was unfortunate that it flew off the boat or whatever happened, you know. But I was blessed to get this Pro Qualifier 2 and put the President 40 or 4000 size on it, and that is a big spool. I bought that 150 yards of Sufix EP080 15 pound, and there was maybe 15 yards left on it when I filled it up. Yeah. So and you guys know I roll with the Invisx 10 pound Seaguar fluoro leader. But I hope y'all learned something. I know I've learned a little something about drop shotting in shallow muddy water, especially with the Wacky, with your worm Wacky, because it kind of, the way that it's positioned on the hook, it kind of makes a path through water like that. And I recommend using a cylinder weight rather than a ball, especially if the body of water you're fishing is a sediment heavy bottom. But guys, I'm tired. I've been up since 4:30 and I still gotta go get about 5 cases of water, so I'm gonna go home and drop these rods off and wash my hands, and yeah, I'm tired. So give me a thumbs up if you like it, don't if you don't. Again, shout out to TJ and Alex up at Cabela's, and shout out to little dude at Rural King today that was showing me the fish he caught up at the locks and dams. Those were some nice drum, dude, and nice smallmouth. Make sure you're subscribed so you're eligible to win the monthly giveaways. And please, if I could ask anything of y'all, share it. Share the video far and wide. We'll beat the YouTube algorithm. More eyes on the video. I don't know why my camera stopped, but I'm not gonna record a whole nother outro. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is the guy with the GoPro fishing show. Out for now, but just for now.